I find the Harry Potter phenomenon fascinating, but not for reasons you might think. For the Harry Potter world contradicts what we are made to think is desirable. Rowling could have set her fictitious world in a school environment that was popular of the day, the uber-friendly, safe and diverse schoolyard popularized in American films. Yet she chose to make her schooling academy more reflective in style and manner of the hauntingly over-disciplined Tom Brown's school days than the safe space modern teaching style setting. In this aquatint school for wizards, the professors are stylized to represent the disciplinary tutors of old and are equipped with wands that seem to echo the punishing threat once made by canes. And whilst the PG nature of the films and the safe place school environments of the day forbid corporal punishment by caning, we see pupils magically transformed into animals, suspended from great heights and subjects to various other treatments from this educational tool of control. Thus, could such fantasy of the power-wielding teacher figure be a reaction to the reality of the modern school? Could it be possible that this social imaginary is a type of anti-hero conjured up to quench our desires for more social control? For us to answer this, we must examine the postmodern situation. Those of us who finished school before the 1990s lived in a world of significant physical punishment. I, like many, was brought up in an environment where we filled our corridor creeping cane-wielding teachers. Yes, many innocent youths were abused by these people in power, so it became important we examine the power dynamic. However, recent statistics show that the shift to reducing teacher power culminated in a different and not at all desirable outcome. In fact, one might say the school shoe is on the other foot. A study conducted in 2017 in Great Britain showed that 54% of teaching staff surveyed around the United Kingdom have claimed that they have been violently assaulted, with around 18% reporting that they are being physically attacked by students on a weekly basis. Such statistics are in line with what we are seeing is visible in society. Teachers have lost their power and are being beaten down by parent groups, political activists, underfunding, and entitled and undisciplined students. Thus, the discipline-heavy school of the world of Harry Potter is a kind of antidote to this. Yet in the world of cellulite fantasy, such wish fulfillment has always been present in film. In the 1970s, it was the vigilante movie that quenched the thirst of the cinema-going audience, who saw society falling to pieces, and the criminal literally getting away with murder. Thus, the somewhat violent fantasy of what if I or someone else was able to take the law into my own hands and take on the malefactors and ne'er-do-wells. Wouldn't that be a more satisfying world? The disciplinary aesthetics of Hogwarts is the modern-day representation of the satisfying world. Of course, no parent desires their child to be a subject of physical punishment, but they too may feel the pangs of suffering from an ill-disciplined offspring. They feel the present provision of passive penalty is not working, and all that the youth of today need is a heavier hand. And parents, not willing to accept their own accountability, blame the schools for lazy, spoilt, and uncouth youth. At the time of writing the Harry Potter series, Rowling was a single mother, struggling with rearing her own child in an aggressive and entitled world. So it is plausible to suggest that she was dreaming of what she saw as a traditional but somewhat lost safe space, free from the chaos of the day. A society that does not respect teachers is doomed to fail. There is few things sadder than a person who reaches adulthood and says, "I wish I knew more about the classics. Wish I understood the figures I see in architecture and art galleries. Wish I had teachers that passed down the scroll of knowledge instead of inventing it on the spot." Perhaps these were Rowling's fears. Perhaps that is why she invented a world where stern mentors parade the grounds in old-fashioned gowns, not afraid to discipline their flock and keep the torch of classicism ablaze in the light. Thank you again. Please subscribe to hear more of my old takes on new things.